Hey, this is Dan Blewett. It is the 1 year anniversary, or the 1 month, rather, anniversary of my surgery, and I no longer have to wear this jerk of a medical device, my Ferrari red elbow brace. So I think in honor of this contraption no longer being a part of my life, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and, some of the ridicule it's subject me to in the past month. So, number one, not my biggest, but the first one I'm going to address today was feeding myself with this. So after about 2 weeks, I got some range of motion where I could, attempt to have a bite of cereal or whatever. Didn't work very well. So this only goes to about 90 degrees, realistically, with the fact that, it says 110, but my forearms are reasonably big, and they just pinch in there early, so I can't get all the way there. And even if they could, it just doesn't go very far. So being locked in this, trying to feed myself, I just look like a jerk. I mean, I get right here, can't quite get it. I get within like 3 inches to where I'm just trying to, I have to try to bridge the gap between myself and the fork. So basically, I kept, right hand feeding in private to myself, where I just wouldn't feel quite like such an idiot, with other people looking on. Just stuck with my left in general. So that's in the past. I can feed myself now. It's a big plus being an adult again. Number two, handshakes have been really awkward for the month, like super awkward. So with this thing, it's kind of hard to describe, but my range of motion is like about, I'd say, 20 degrees off of what a handshake is. So even though I could move it like this and that, the angle at which I would attack your hand it's not here where you want it to be. It's more like here. So I would do this dance with the person. Say, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. So I could either give him the left hand, and we'd be like, that weird, like, just a bizarre left-handed awkward handshake, or we could go with the right. And so when I go with the right, I have to kind of jar my body, just like twist around, give him one of these. And they, seeing me in my brace, think, oh man, I can't squeeze this guy very hard. I'm gonna hurt him. So I get fish handshakes from everyone. So I contort myself, go out of my way to shake your hand like I normally would, and then I get this. Great. I despise fish handshakes more than you can imagine. I mean, I tell all my kids all the time, if I give them a handshake, hey, good job. If they don't try to hurt me, I make sure they know. Like, hey, you want to be an alpha? You want to be, a dominant ball player? Make other people intimidated by you? When you go through that line, slapping hands, hey, good game, you just spear kids, okay? I've gotten just the worst handshakes in the past month, and I'm glad to be done with it. I'm just going to start spearing people again. Oh, hey, you got surgery, right? Yeah, I got surgery. Okay. Number three, I went out to a bar about a week after surgery. Didn't drink, just went there with my buddies. I only had 2 days left with the team in Evansville, and it was one of my closer friends' birthday. So, am I gonna sit home in my hotel room alone? No, I went out with them. It was five plus me. Said, hey, if anything goes down in this college bar, do me a favor, be my bodyguards, because I'm not gonna get in a fight. I'm not gonna break up a fight. Just leave me out of it. Just do me a favor, okay? All right, great. So we get out there. Sure enough, one of my buddies gets a drink dumped on his head from a drunk college girl. We start screaming at each other. My 3 of them are elsewhere. So it's me, my friend, another guy who's just laughing, our infielders. And so I find myself in the middle of it. Great, just trying to keep myself between my buddy who wants to punch this girl in the face and this girl who clearly deserved a punch in the face. And all the while, just kind of keeping my head on the swivel and try not to injure myself. So that was awesome. And that was preceded an hour earlier by trying to start the night off. We try to open it up and talk to some girls. Of course, we're all just way too old to be at this college bar, and so I start talking to this one, and she looks at me, she goes, looks at my brace. Oh, you're handicapped. I had no response. It was just wow. Dagger, thank you for that. I didn't realize that I had this here. I appreciate it. And then let's see what else. I got called. I got asked by a group of girls if I was a transformer. That's been it's been a staple. What else? Just in general, and I get people just saying, "Oh man, that's such an awesome brace. It's awesome. It's awesome." I just, get away from me. So, like, leave me and my brace alone. Stop being creepy. So people have been interesting, to say the least. What else? Oh, frat kids. Hate them. Hate all of you. Just so you know, I was on ISU's campus the other day for half an hour combined, probably. Met with a professor who works in biomechanics, really good dude, and gave a little talk to an exercise science class. And so on my way out, just walking back to my car, 100 meters, and in that 100 meters to my car, little beat up Tercel drives away. Hey, nice arm. Really? It was like 11 a.m. Like, who heckles people at 11 a.m. for one thing? And number two, this town I live in, it's so, Bloomington's a great town. It's very white collar. It's very safe. It's very kind of nerfy, and just these kids don't know. And I'm not a big tough fighting guy, but at the same time, I really wanted to beat this kid to death. And this was preceded by a couple of days earlier. We were checking out an apartment, me and some buddies downtown. After we got done, I was walking out to my car, walk past a group of clearly frat guys. They're all wearing like lavender, pastel, Easter colored polo shirts, and one of them goes, "Hey, watch out for your arm." Now, mind you, I was walking in the street, easily 10 feet between me and this group of four. I'll just leave an adjective out here. And so I just gave him probably the most evil look I'd given a human being in the past couple of years. And he goes, "What, man? I just wanted to, I was just looking out for you." No, you were not looking out for you. You don't know me. Who looks out for other dudes, for one? I mean, if you're trying to pick me up, just, don't act like you're being altruistic. Tell me to look out for my arm. Oh, really? Should I look out for my arm? It didn't occur to me. This thing's been on here, but yeah, I guess I should. I should probably watch where I'm going, not collide with parked cars and, popped-collared douchebags. So, thanks for that. Very insightful. These people just need to, in general, keep their mouths, here. Back to this town, great town, love it, but I don't think kids get beat up enough. I don't think they get consequences for running their mouths. Little things like that, where, I spent a year, I lived in Baltimore City, and I learned a lot in that year. I was telling my friends the other day, in the winter, snow gets piled up on cars on these really narrow streets full of row homes, in not great parts of town. So I was driving through the city, and it's very common for city folk just get out of their cars and go in a house in the middle of the street, just leave their car running. And you're just literally stuck behind them. You can't get around. You just have to sit there. And you're completely in the right to just lay on your horn, and scream, get back in your car, expletive, 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 you're being rude, blah, blah, blah. But in this inner city, here's what would happen. If I were to do that, and I realize this pretty quick, if I were to do that, there's a pretty good chance this guy, whoever's in this car, is going to come out of that house with 4 of his homeboys, and I can't get around his car, mind you, so I'm going to get dragged out of my car and probably beaten to death in the street. That's what's going to happen in that scenario, right? And so, likewise, if I was driving down a city street and I just decided to, yell something at a person, I don't know them. Could be a little white dude, but he could be a MMA fighter. He could be just out of the army. His wife might have just left him. You don't know. He might be just looking for someone to just take his aggression out on. So, and in a street filled with stop signs, this kid ran to a stop sign after yelling, "Hey, great, nice arm," on campus. If I was able to run, and if I really was able to drag him out of his car with, if I had 2 healthy arms, which wouldn't have put me in that position in the first place, I could have ran down, caught him at the stoplight, and pulled him out of his car. And in Baltimore City, that could very easily happen. Where if I heckle someone, and then I got cars in front of me, bunch of stoplights, I might not make it out of there. There might not be, oh, we got away, we just really punked that guy. No, I might die before I get out of the city. So, anyway, a little rant about frat kids and suburb mentality. They just haven't been beaten up enough, I don't think, to realize that you just shouldn't screw with people. Especially, I'm a reasonably strong guy, and when I'm angry, you're probably not gonna do too well. But anyway, so love my brace. It's very beautiful. I appreciate that about it. You know, the Ferrari theme is great. Same colors as my gym. I'm gonna post it up on my wall, nail it there, and you know, put a little catchphrase beneath it. Make sure everyone knows you shouldn't do this. Try not to injure yourself. You know, if your ligaments are made of paper mache like mine are, just take up fencing or rowing or one of those lame Olympic sports. So that's about it. Just my little tangential rant, I guess you'd have it. So say goodbye to the brace. You won't see me wearing it anymore. Beware of fish handshakes, frat boys, and rude barmaids.